I'm working on a 2015 Mazda 3. This is the manual transmission, and I believe this is the Sport. So basically, customer got a little fender bender, as you can see. So the whole control arm, strut tower, or the shock itself, and sway bar and link, and inner and outer tie rod are bent. So if you want to see all the other videos on how to replace those, I will be posting those up. They're going to be in each individuals, but for the first part we're going to go ahead and replace the control arm, and then so on from there. But at least you'll know how to replace the other parts in this video, or in these videos that are going to be categorized with this car. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, and then comment down below for anything, and then you'll be getting more notifications once you subscribe on future videos that I will be posting up. And then we'll go ahead and start this video right after this intro. We're going to take off the rim first, and then we're going to be using a 21mm. From the jacking up points, I actually jacked it up from the pinch weld. I don't like using the pinch weld, but for my situation, since the lower control arm is all jacked up, the whole car was all bottomed out, so I didn't want to work a little bit more. So we can jack it up from right there, and then put our jack stand on the subframe itself. So as you can see right there, not on the control arm, but on the subframe, depending on which side you're working on. Then we're gonna go ahead and take off these two bolts right here, so this one and then that one right there. Those are both gonna be 19mm. And then there's gonna be one 14mm nut that's right there, and then the bolts right there too as well. So we're gonna loosen those and then pull that bolt out so that the ball joint can come right out. It will come out pretty easy once you do that. And then right here, you can see it, there's a hole right here, and there's actually a nut. It's a 19mm. I'll actually show it better once I get off the splash shield. And then we're gonna go ahead and take off this splash shield right here. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to use a flathead screwdriver to take off those, so we can have an easier access to the 19mm bolt that's right there. And then we can go ahead and be able to slide it right out from that part. If you need to, you can use like some penetrating oil so it makes it slide out easier. So here's that 19mm bolt that I'm talking about. So again, we'll go ahead and just unloosen that. So when we're taking off this bolt, you need to hold the other nut right here. So as you're extracting this, that the other nut's not spinning off. Alright, so basically as we're taking off this guy right here, what you need to do is that you need to pry against this and that, and we'll hammer it out. Yours might come out easier. Again, like I said, this is like, you can see how twisted this is. So it kind of makes it a little bit more difficult to pull out. Now there's two ways you could either take this off. You can either go on the bottom by taking off this little shield, if this bolt's on too tight, but I was able to get it pretty loose. Basically, you'll just need one 10mm and a flathead screwdriver just to remove this little shield to be able to get to the oil filter, and that'll give you more access. If it's still on there pretty tight, you can actually bang on your ratchet with the hammer just to kind of break it loose. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and pull out the lower control arm. So pretty much you'll just wiggle it out. Just like that. So you'll pull out this side first, and then once this guy comes out of the little hook that's from over there, then you'll be able to wiggle this spot right out by going back like left to right. Alright, so when prior to installing our new lower control arm, make sure that the ball joint itself is lubricated, and then that it's either pretty durable and it's spinning nice and smooth. Then right here on this side, make sure you put like a little bit of grease right here so it slides in and it makes it pretty easy to install. So we're going to put it in this side first, and then we'll go ahead and install this into that area, so it just makes it more easier. And then with pulling the whole spindle away from the lower control arm so we can actually make some more room. And then this is me putting it in up and down position. Alright, so as soon as we got this lower control arm aligned, most of it, so we're going to go ahead and put this bolt in first. Now we're going to leave this snug. It's not going to be on there too tight, and then we're going to go ahead and put on our other bolts on the other side. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and install this guy. So we're going to push this down and then pull this pin out. So make sure you're hitting on the knuckle and not on the lower ball joint itself. So make sure you're just tapping right there. You don't need to tap it too excessive, just till we get to this nut right on there in the bolt. Just like that. If this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions regarding these jobs. And then if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos, and thanks for watching.